Was there any point that you wanted to seek for help?
Yeah, I applied for
She doesn't spin it. You can see the motion by the backpack, but gave me a full verbal and written confession.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, guy, right now, we are going to have to take you in, okay?
On August 14th, 2023, in Florida, a routine corporate audit uncovered a cash deposit shortfall of nearly $10,000 at a convenience store, which triggered a formal internal theft investigation by loss prevention. Store surveillance footage showed the store manager placing cash into the drop safe, but never spinning the sealing wheel, which allowed deposit bags to be quietly removed later without detection during the routine daily counting process.
This officer is inside here?
Yeah.
Who's he talking to right now?
The employee.
Employee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to Miranda.
Okay. So what's happening?
The associate in there, I did an interview of her today. I got an alert from our treasury department and corporate that we had a deposit that was short almost $5,000
Okay.
on the 10th of July.
Okay.
I got that notification around August 4th, and then as I started looking at it, other shortages started coming in after that date, but not that large. And then the last shortage that was reported was on 8/7, so there's a total of 7 deposit variances totaling $9,555.
Okay.
With the first shortage, it was substantial, $4,775.
Okay. What made it pinpoint to one of the employees?
Well, when I pulled the video and watched the managers do a daily cash process where they go out to the e-safes where you see the associates.
They can't hear us from right here, right?
Yeah.
They can?
What would?
They can't hear us from right here.
Yeah, maybe. So they come out in the morning and they get the canisters out of the e-safes that are by each register. And there's also a canister inside that lottery kiosk that has the cash for the customers who purchase the tickets. There was the amount of the shortage, the $47.75, was the exact amount of 2 of those to the dollar. And then when I watched the video of Ashley the day that she was doing the pickup in the morning, you can see her open this drop safe and there's a stack of cash like that big. She has her backpack on top of the safe that she's supposed to put the money in and spin it, and it drops down so no one can get it after that. She doesn't spin it. You can see the motion by the backpack, but the video's not great. You can't see her actually.
So you can't really see her actually, like...
Yeah, but that's...
Does the video have clear, concise evidence that she put that... Even though I know it sounds silly, like her jumping and something, but does it have clear, concise that shows that she's placed it into her? Like it would have been 100% that was her. She placed it into her. Because I'll let you know what might happen today. Like depending on what she's.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Right now, it could be a case that she might not get arrested today,
but you'll file after.
File a habeas, which will, depending on like when it gets, it's going to be sent to a detective. Detective would have to do their investigation. It's like unless she's admitting to some of the stuff that she's doing.
Yeah, I think she is.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we might do an arrest there, but it all depends on because we needed to have like for 100% proof that she was the one that's
Yeah, even the other dates. Well, there's one day where the video you can see, and it's when I think $910 was missing, and there was an e-safe that was $910.
And that's going to be in that room when they start counting the
Yeah. They bring the canisters into that room. That's where the
That's where you and me were at, that room?
The next one. Yeah, where he's in there talking. You can see that she has the cash. She puts it in the drop slot, but doesn't spin it all the way, and you can see on camera that the money is still in there. And then she has her backpack, and you see motion, and she takes the bag away, and now you don't see the cash on the slot anymore. And then on some
And it's always been with her doing that stuff, not
Yeah.
the other.
yeah, and then on some of the other shortages, I saw that she wasn't the one doing the cash processes that day. It was either the store manager or the assistant manager here. But what somebody can do, they can go into there and take money out of that canister in there.
Or the
Lottery machine, yeah. And then whoever picks it up the next morning for the cash processes, they don't count it at all. They don't do a physical count. They just take it and put it into the safe.
Yeah, video of that.
I've heard going in there at like 1:30, 2
everything.
o'clock in the morning.
So all the incidents that happen where it lines up to the video, day and time that.
Yeah, that she's going in there for no reason. There's no reason for her to go in there at all. Yeah. I've got the printouts of the lottery activity report that has the exact timestamp and matches up to the video. It's all.
We can actually go there right now.
So.
Did the
These
officer
I
take a
don't-
picture of it?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. Yeah, you guys can have this too. If you want. This I didn't have video in it any longer to review.
Okay.
But I had her initial. She admitted that she took on these dates.
Oh, she told you.
Yeah, and then I initialed by deposit. I took cash from, and that's the
Oh,
total.
initial that she said that she stole, or the initial
Yeah.
that she like
Yeah, she knew that I took cash from. She gave me a full verbal and written confession.
Would you be able to pull up your information real quick, please, for the jump drive? So we can attach it.
I think I already have it on my desktop.
Even better.
Quicker. This Excel file is on that thumb drive.
Okay.
This has all the dates, what was reported, what the bank deposit should have been, what the bank counted, and the variances by day. But like I said, I didn't have video
Well,
for
here
those
then
2
you
days.
could, I just want to see the video part at this point.
Okay.
So we have like, it's not that I don't believe you, it's just cross T's, dot I's, you know what I mean?
No, I get it. Yeah, this is the day I just told you about where she put the money in,
Okay.
and you can still see it there.
Yeah.
And then she puts her backpack there, and then,
You want to just stay in touch real quick so someone's in there with it?
Yes, Pastor.
Under Miranda versus Arizona, decided in 1966, Fifth Amendment warnings are required only once a suspect is both in custody and under interrogation, not simply during any casual conversation with an officer. Statements made voluntarily before custodial interrogation formally begins remain fully admissible in court, which is exactly why the officer first confirmed prior Miranda advisement before continuing any further conversation. Warrantless felony arrests require probable cause judged under the totality of the circumstances, a constitutional standard established by Illinois v. Gates, decided in 1983 for combined evidence. Here, probable cause was built through convergence, an independent corporate audit trail, time-stamped surveillance footage, and matching point-of-sale logs, rather than resting on any single piece of standalone evidence. Florida Statute 812.014 defines grand theft by dollar value. Property valued between $750 and $20,000 supports a third-degree felony theft charge. Third-degree grand theft in Florida carries a maximum of 5 years in prison, while theft valued between $20,000 and $100,000 escalates the charge to second-degree grand theft instead. The statute requires prosecutors to prove the defendant knowingly obtained or used property with intent to permanently or temporarily deprive its owner. Intent, not mere possession, remains the essential legal element. A signed voluntary confession sharply reduces litigation risk for prosecutors, since circumstantial evidence alone, such as footage and audit records, can still face meaningful challenges over interpretation in court. The suspect was ultimately charged with felony grand theft and sentenced to 5 years of probation, along with a court order requiring her to pay $10,000 in full restitution back to her employer.
Oh, I needed to check some of the audits.
Okay. How long have you been employed here?
Like 2.5 years.
2.5 years? Okay. And the other officer read you the Miranda rights, right? So you understood your rights? Okay. What was your previous job?
Disney.
Disney? Okay. But this is like the first time overall has anything like this happened? Not at Disney or anything like that? No? Okay. Was there any reason or anything like that? Okay. Did you explain to the other officer? I didn't talk to him about that? Okay. Would you say it was more of a desperate type of thing? Okay. Was it there's a lot of things going on in the household that you just falling through? Was there like at least like, you know, late on, is it like late on bills or?
No, it's just
The suspect provided a statement, confessing to stealing over $10,000. She explained that her actions were driven by the hardships of being a single mother and facing financial difficulties.
Was there any point that you wanted to seek for help?
yeah. I applied for like
Well,
assistance and like I have a safe. When I did that, they gave me a
Right.
card with information.
so it was just.
I want to go to a shop.
Do you have like any type of food stamps or anything, or
They just gave them to me.
they just gave them to you? Okay.
But they wouldn't give me any cash assistance.
Gosh. Okay. Did you have like a set goal or anything like that? How much you wanted to take out, or you were?
I wasn't keeping track.
It's a mistake. It's a bump. You know, we learn from mistakes, right? Hopefully, this would be like that big eye-opener that like we can't be doing stuff like that. We gotta find some alternate ways, like the better way to do things. You know, and sometimes if you feel like you're in a road where you, in a crossroads where you feel like you can't do anything else, you know, you can still call law enforcement, or you can call like anybody just to talk to, and then see if there's any type of things that can help you out. You know, there's a bunch of churches that, you know, you would have to talk with and let them know your situations. They can even set up like a GoFundMe or whatever it is. Right? There's actually a place. It's called the Red Suitcase Project, or Red Suitcase Ministry. And they do exactly that, helping single mothers so at a time of need. And what they do is they do whatever they can to assist you in what assistance that you need help with. Okay. If you want, I can write down it and then give it to you, and then, so you can look it up and stuff like that. Later on, okay. But just I would say what you could do is just think really hard and clear before you end up wanting to make where you feel like it'll be something that will take you in the wrong path. Okay. I mean, I'll say it shows me that you have character, that you're admitting to things like this. Okay, and it shows me the character that you are, that you're admitting and you're you know, taking action of your own, you know, mistakes. Okay, and that's something to, you know, like I said, I know it's a huge mistake that what you did, but you're owning up to it. Okay. There's other people in that situation that make things way harder than it should be, and they get caught up into the, you know, wrong type of situation. You know what I mean? but you're actually taking ownership, and you know, I respect you for that, at least that you're doing that. Okay, it's hard. It's a hard thing to do, but know that you have other options besides doing this. Okay. You said you're in your early 20s?
28.
28.
Okay.
There we go.
Alright, so, do you have any belongings in here besides your backpack? No? Okay. So, unfortunately, guy, right now, we are going to have to take you in, okay? Like I said, it's not the end of the world. Alright? So, we're going to get a female officer to pat you down and search you, but in the meantime, is there anything on you we should know about? Any drugs, any weapons? Did you take anything to jail? That's another charge that you really don't need, okay? So, if you do me a favor, you can stand up and face my partner right here, please. Alright, put your hands behind your back. Thank you.
And like I said, what I'm going to do is I'll write down what you need if you want to reach out for single mothers that need some type of assistance. Because this right here, like I said, I respect you that you're being honest and open with us. And then, like I said, a lot of people in your situation usually give us a hard time. Okay, so I'm gonna try to I'll write down the ministry, the red suitcase ministry that can help out.
Still. You want to call it out for me?
Yep. Your podcast for someone else. We got 10:15. If we can have a female officer for a pat down.
Alright. This is your hat, or is it the company's hat? It's yours? Okay. This is your bag. Alright, you mind grabbing that for me? And that's your cup? No? Alright. Just take that with that, please. You have everything that's yours, correct? Okay, let's go. We're in the back, so I won't try to get you out there, because, actually, here, give him the hat. Cover her face. Put on a cover her face. Now you messed up, but no one needs to know your crap, you know what I mean? This is your business, not theirs. Alright, you ready? Let's go, really quick, come on.
Grading the case, the responding officer earns an A- for confirming Miranda compliance and independently reviewing the footage himself. The store investigator earns an A for a thorough, well-documented case file. Grading the suspect a C+ overall. Full cooperation and a voluntary confession likely reduced her eventual sentence. But cooperation after the fact never fully offsets the underlying criminal conduct itself. Lesson 1. The precise timing of custody and interrogation determines whether Miranda protections apply, not simply whether a uniformed officer happens to be present during any given conversation with a suspect. Lesson 2. Probable cause is rarely built on one flawless piece of evidence alone. Strong investigations cross-reference multiple independent corroborating data sources long before police ever get involved. Lesson 3. Voluntary cooperation after an offense can meaningfully influence sentencing outcomes in court, even though it can never truly undo the underlying crime. Thank you very much for watching this analysis.